I'm sure our listeners must be intrigued about why we are talking about education as a topic today and how BenQ is associated with this. Why education as a sector was chosen for our CSR program. Ranjit is not only the first Indian to have won it, but also the only Indian to do it.
When I started my journey as a teacher, I went to school and I just stepped up in a classroom and I saw the classroom. It was not a classroom. It was a cow shed. It was sandwiched between a cow shed and a storeroom. I have to change this situation.
Hello and welcome to Unpixelated, the BenQ India podcast, a one-of-a-kind podcast by BenQ India. With the plethora of things that BenQ India is doing, we felt the need to tell our story, the BenQ India story. The story of impact, the story of change, and story of all that goes beyond. BenQ stands for bringing enjoyment and quality to life. And this is one of the objectives of this new storytelling experience that we have for you. Unpixelated, the BenQ India podcast. A podcast that covers our story of impact, stories of partnerships, stories of innovation, and much more. So welcome aboard, everyone. I'm Rajeev Singh, Managing Director of BenQ India and your host. In today's episode, we will explore the incredible work being done in the field of social impact and the corporate social responsibility. And we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Ranjitsinh Disale, the visionary behind the Ranjitsinh Disale Foundation. Our partnership with this foundation has been instrumental in driving educational initiatives across various communities. Welcome, Ranjit.
Thank you so much, Raju, for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here today.
Okay. Thank you, Ranjit. Before we dive in, let me give our listeners a brief introduction of our guest, Ranjitsinh Disale. He's an internationally recognized educator and also the winner of Global Teacher Prize 2020. Global Teacher Prize is often referred as a Nobel for teaching by the journalist. Ranjit is not only the first Indian to have won it, but also the only Indian today to have won this prestigious prize. The prize money received was $1 million US, half of which he has shared it with the runner-up in the competition, and the other half was invested in Ranjitsinh Disale Foundation. The foundation focuses on transforming the educational landscape for underprivileged children, ensuring that they receive quality education. His innovative approaches and the tireless dedication have made a profound impact on many lives. So Ranjit, we would love to tell our listeners more about yourself. How are you and how you have come till here?
First of all, Raju, I would like to thank you for such a warm welcome and introduction. I still remember when you asked me when I started my journey as a teacher.
Yeah.
I started my journey in 2009. It was 5th of January, 2009. I went to school and I just stepped up in a classroom and I saw the classroom, but it was not a classroom looked like. It was a cow shed. It was sandwiched between a cow shed and a storeroom.
Okay.
And I was really shocked. I never thought of it like there could be a classroom like this. But I was fully determined that I have to change this situation. I had to start from the scratch. So I interacted with parents because why they're not complaining about the status of the classroom? That was the first question came into my mind. And when I interacted with the parents, I realized that they don't really care of education. They don't believe in education. They thought that investing in education is just like waste of time and money. It took 6 months for me to renovate my classroom.
Yeah.
And I started teaching in June 2009. Within those 6 months, I entirely surveyed the village and collected the data, like data of about the population, their educational background, their economical background, their cultural background. And there I found out interesting fact that women in my village are more educated than the boys or males.
Yeah.
And I thought of like, I should involve these females or mothers in teaching learning process. And I introduced laptop to my students. They were amazed. They never thought of like there could be any kind of technology anywhere in the world. So that was the first impression. They were coming to school and I was just giving them, I was not teaching them basically. I was just entertaining them.
Yeah.
I was just playing movies, Bollywood movies, they like Shah Rukh Khan's movie. They were saying, Ranjit, tomorrow we would like to watch Shah Rukh's movies or Amir Khan's movies. So they just coming to school, just watching the movies, 2.5 hours movies, and they were just going back.
Yeah.
It was just entertainment was happening in my classroom. And by 6 or 7 months later, I realized like now every student in my classroom is coming.
Yeah.
And there I changed that entertainment into edutainment. There will be now education as well and the entertainment.
Yeah.
So instead of watching Shah Rukh Khan's movie, I recorded my own lessons. And now I became their Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
And I told them, now just watch my movies.
Yeah.
And I was teaching them the different concepts through the technology. And it helped me a lot. The kids used to have the photographic memory, visual memory we call it. And I saw the impressive results. So I had set up 3 targets before me, like ensuring that every student is attending the classroom. Make sure that they are getting quality education and their performance should be increased. And changing parents' indifference towards education. The cow-shaded classroom is now truly a global classroom. My students having their friends in different countries, they have their virtual passports, talking to each other, they're traveling, they have seen the Eiffel Tower without leaving a classroom.
Yeah.
That's the impact or that's the power of technology.
Yeah.
And this is what I have been doing till now.
Ranjit, this has been a very different way of teaching that you have taken up, which is led by the entertainment and getting into the edutainment. Now tell us about your journey, about how did you win the Global Teachers Award?
That's actually interesting story. I would just keep doing my work in the small village, Paritewadi. But at the same time, I was very curious how educators across the world are using technology in the classroom and how they are solving the problems that they are facing in the classrooms. I was very curious about it. So I became a part of a community of innovative educators. And there I met an inspiring educator from Japan. Her name was Mio Horio. So I met her during international conference at Toronto. And there she introduced me innovative ways of teaching and also told me about Global Teacher Prize. And in 2019, Mio reached out to me and told me, like, Ranjit, this year, it's last year, let's try again. Let's give it a try. Initially, I was hesitant. I was like, oh no, I tried it a couple of times and I don't think I deserve the place. But she said, just it's the last time, you should try your best. So I filled it on the last day. And I forget about it because I was not hoping that this year that, most awaiting email will come. But fortunately, it came in December. I guess it was 6th or 7th of December. And they asked me for the availability of for the interview. And they needed more information. And they set up a deadline for this. When I gone through the email, I realized that, the deadline is already passed. I thought like they accidentally sent it to me. So I just replied to them, hey, you just, send me email asking me some information and availability. But the deadline is already passed. And they realized, oh, no, it's our mistake. You still have more time, 1 more month. And by that month, you can, submit the documents and information that we asked. Fortunately, it happened. I prepared well. Mio helped me a lot to prepare for my interview. And in March, I got selected the top 50 finalists. And on 4th of December 2020, they asked all the top 10 finalists to join us virtually for the most awaited and prestigious ceremony of winning announcement. And now then rest is history. You know that I became the first Indian teacher. I'm really proud of it. And I would like to see the more Indian teachers, will continue shining on the global platform. So this is how my journey, it's not it's not end. It just began by 2020 and then winning the Global Teacher Prize.
So before we proceed to the next segment, I am sure our listeners must be intrigued about why we are talking about education as a topic today and how BenQ is associated with this. why education as a sector was chosen for our CSR program. So BenQ has digitized more than 4 lakh classrooms in India over the last 15 years. And this is also our largest business in India. So when it came to CSR, we got naturally inclined towards education as the sector. BenQ has played a significant role in the field of education, especially when it comes to digitizing classrooms. Long before the National Education Policy came into effect, we have been at the forefront of enabling classrooms with technology. Our efforts have been instrumental in transforming the delivery of education at the grassroots level, making it more engaging and interactive. This commitment is deeply embedded in our brand's ethos. Education at the epicenter of our mission. And this is precisely why we have chosen to focus our efforts in this crucial area. So moving on, Ranjit, why don't you tell us about the foundation, how it came into being?
I started a foundation in 2019 here in India as well. And after winning the award, I started the foundation in US as well, registered in United States, in California.
Okay.
And now we have been working in 10 different countries. We are working in USA. We are giving scholarships to students from refugee families, those who are graduating from North Dakota University. In Brazil, we have been developing and creating a digital content for special needed students with a sign language. In UK, we have been supporting Dr. Jamie Faust's maths website, which is the most popular and highly used website in maths website basically in UK.
Okay.
In Nigeria and South Africa, we have supported and set up a fully digitized classrooms, impacting over 10,000 students. In Malaysia, we have been helping travel students, those who are not aware of education and away from the education as well. In Vietnam, we set up a happy library for students in military area, those who don't have access to the world. So this is how this foundation is newly established. It's just like 4 years ago. But we have been continuously doing best, helping each and every student to have the access to the quality education through the technology. We believe in teachers' commitment, teachers' impactful teaching, and empowering them to unleash the potential of girls, especially because girls' education is the core part of my teaching area, because I believe that, not only in India, but across the world, girls' education is not given priority.
Yeah.
And I want to be a champion, advocate of girls' education, helping them to achieve the dreams that they have seen in their dreams.
Okay. Very interesting.
Thank you.
So Ranjit, your story is truly inspiring. Could you tell us about some specific projects and initiatives that your NGO has taken so far?
Yes, here I'd like to mention a couple of projects, especially we are doing in India. The first one is a Saksham project, where we have established a green school concept. We set up solar panels in 20 schools in Maharashtra. The Varavde became the first cluster in Maharashtra state, which is zero carbon emitting cluster.
Yeah.
And in last 1 year, we have around produced 20,000 units of green energy. One more project here I would like to mention with the help of we have been doing with BenQ. It's a decoding her future, specifically focusing on girls' education.
Yeah.
In Maharashtra, we installed 20 BenQ IFPs. We trained the teachers for like 1 year, and the results are phenomenal. Attendance has been increased. Community actually, liked the way teachers have improved their teaching. So these are a couple of projects, I would like to share with the audience here.
Very interesting. So Ranjit, what was your first response when the BenQ team reached out to you for a partnership?
I think your team reached out to me in 2021, I guess. And they just wanted to have a partnership with me, but they were not very sure like how that partnership should look like.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of time for me to go through the proposal, and I had a meeting with your colleagues more often. And last, like we worked for like 2 years, and then we came up with a very innovative project. The when I mentioned decoding her future, enabling girls to unleash their potential. So this is how my response was. I took a lot of time basically because whenever someone likes to make a partnership with me, I prefer like it should be long lasting partnership. It should not be like 1 or 2 years, because you can't see that change in education just in quick time. It's not a 2020 game. It's a test match. I think this is where your team, the BenQ, is stood different from others.
Yeah.
Your team really wants to make impactful partnership, not just like saying we just partner with this man, but I see that potential in your team and the strong commitment that you really care of education, and you know that it will take time to see the results. Education or the students, teachers, they took some time, and we don't know how these students will behave, how their future looks like. But I'm very much sure the partnership of BenQ and Ranjitsinh Disale Foundation will be a catalyst for these kids.
Yeah.
They will remember that this partnership has helped them to access the tools that never thought of. They won't imagine that we would one day will be using the interactive panels, accessing the content virtually, and digital skills that they are developing. So I'm really happy to be associated with the team of BenQ and well passionate team of yours.
Yeah, I have myself been there to the schools, and that was the time when the Chandrayaan landing on moon had happened, and it was so thrilling to see the kids' reaction because they had seen the Chandrayaan landing on the moon on our panels, and they were like so excited.
Excited. You might have seen in the WhatsApp chat as well. Entire, not only the school, but entire village, community
Yeah.
gathered in the school
Yes.
to see that historical movement of Chandrayaan landing on the moon. So that's a good example. Education is changing. The scenario of education in the schools, in the villages as well.
Yeah.
So you just have experienced one moment, but every day we used to experience those kind of experiences, and how students are creative, become more and more creative way of learning. They just find out their ways of learning.
That was another very noticeable and happy thing to see. The teachers, the way they were using the panels, they were doing so many things with the panel, and also using their phone connectivity with the
Yes,
panel,
yes,
etc. It was so inspiring to see that the teachers in these kind of remote areas also have got so much of innovation, so much of inspiration, and they want to do so many things. And with the panel, they were able to
Yes, I
put
would
that
like
in
to share that
practice.
in the project that we have been doing with BenQ for 1.5 years right now, the more than 50% of teachers have been continuously using the interactive panels.
Yes.
They haven't used a single chalkboard for last 1.5 years. Can you imagine? So this is the change I saw in the teachers and their teaching style.
What is the impact that you have seen on the community with this project?
If you talk about the community impact, it's like community engagement has increased. The one example I gave you during the Chandrayaan's landing on moon, so entire villages were gathered in the school, and they really want to experience it live. Also, the classroom engagement of students has increased. We did a parallel analysis and research how the BenQ panels are actually helping students to improve their learning style. So Pune University has partnered with us,
Mhm.
and they just shared the impact and the analysis of their findings. And as per their report, they are claiming that more than the engagement, classroom engagement has improved by 74%
Yes.
just because of those BenQ panels. Attendance in all those 20 schools has historically reached to 100%. So initially our intention was make this available, accessible to the students only.
Yeah.
But now parents also wanted to use those interactive panels, and they want to also experience the joy of learning.
Yeah. Yes.
So it is helping to not only to parents, not only to students, but the teachers as well. They feel more comfortable. They feel their teaching has improved, more impactful, and they believe that they need more digital skills, more updated skills
Yeah.
to use these kind of technology or interactive panels.
Yeah. That's so heartening to know.
Thank
And that is exactly what BenQ was looking for. And we are committed for this for the long term.
you. Yes.
So, Ranjit, education is one of those segments where everybody has got something to say about how the thing should happen. So, what is your vision for the education segment?
My vision is every kid is in the classroom
Yeah.
and accessing the quality education. Education is a birthright of every kid in this world.
Yeah.
I will keep advocating for all the students in the world because I believe the world is my classroom.
Yeah.
And will keep continue teaching all the kids across the world.
Yeah. So, Ranjit, what is the role that you are playing towards your vision?
I'm playing a role of a catalyst and a transformer.
Yeah.
Because I believe education can transform life of anyone. I would like to see that every student is champion of education and championing for the vision of themselves.
Yeah.
And to unleash the potential to see that they are solving the world's problem, not just they are the educated. I see my role as a teacher to make them innovative, creative problem solvers.
Yeah.
We have enough intellectual peoples in the country, in the world.
Yes.
But we need problem solvers. Those should be creative problem solvers. We are facing an issue of climate change. We need those students, those who can tackle the issue of climate change or any other issue. So I see myself playing such a role where I can inspire many students, inspire teachers to become a problem solvers, to solve the problems that this country or this world needed.
So, something which very much in line with this thought of yours and questions which keep on coming to my mind. I was in Australia last year in November, and we went to many places in Australia,
Okay.
and everywhere there was the cleanliness was so much, and there were nobody kind of policing this, that you don't throw anything anywhere, or somebody, if you throw something, somebody picks it up, etc. It was so natural in all the people over there that anything which is there, they always put in a dustbin only, otherwise they don't put it anywhere.
Right.
So then I asked few of the locals that how this has been imbibed inside you.
Right.
So they said that this is the way we have been taught right from the
Right.
beginning. It's a part of our education. So every kid here, right from the beginning, is taught about how where they have to put the anything which is a waste, how to segregate the waste.
Yes, right.
So that is one thing that I really feel that is lacking in our country in terms of being able to imbibe these values in children right from the early stage of education. So what are your views about this?
The reason behind this is that the students of 21st century are taught by teachers of 20th century.
Yeah.
Using that 19th century curriculum.
Yeah.
On an 18th century techniques.
Yeah.
We are not preparing our kids for future.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are preparing our kids for past.
Yes.
That happened. We taught them history of Indian revolution, Indian freedom fighting.
Yeah.
But that life skill, we're not teaching them.
Yeah.
US experience in Australia. If you can visit to Japan anytime, like at the age of 8 or 9, they keep teaching their kids how to hold the spoon, how to eat, how to clean the dishes and everything.
Yeah.
We never taught our kids like these things.
Yes.
We restrict them like, don't spit here, don't smoke here. But if someone wants to spit or someone wants to smoke,
Yeah.
where he should be smoking.
Yeah.
So our education is more kind of negative impact.
Yeah.
Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But then what to do?
Yeah.
That's we need to teach our kids. Like you said,
Yeah.
we need not to throw the things
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
Just segregate it and put it in the dustbin.
Yeah.
That's the life skill education.
Yeah.
Here I would like to mention the initiative of Delhi government.
Mm.
They actually rightly doing the same thing in their public school.
Yeah.
And they have introduced happiness curriculum to their kids.
Mm.
So our knowledge, the bookish knowledge I call it,
Yeah.
it's outdated.
Yes.
It's already there on the Google.
Yeah.
You just ask the Google, it will give the list. Now ChatGPT or AI tools will give the. You need to teach our kids how to apply,
Yeah.
how to analyze the information and find the better solution.
Yeah.
So the one I mentioned, that we need problem solvers. We don't need to teach our kids that this is the problem.
So, Ranjit, what according to you is the role of corporates in bringing the change and impact that you have mapped for education sector in India?
I think corporates can play a very important role to see the change through the education. What corporates have, they have expertise, they have some kind of funds as well, money, but they need a right person to bring the change in education on the ground. So I think corporates should start partnering with educators, teachers straight away, with the schools, and support them financially or any kind of resources they need. Train them the way corporates train their human resource, their employees. So here I think corporates can play assisting role, bringing change in education. India has introduced a very good concept of corporate social responsibility. So since last so many years, corporates are doing CSR activities. But I have seen that corporates are not doing it fully, addressing the problems.
Not that involved, maybe. Yes.
Yes. Last year, 2022, I was just reading a CSR report of India government, corporate Minister of Corporate Affairs. And in Maharashtra itself, corporates have invested 6,000 crore rupees through the CSR.
Yeah.
And out of it, 4,000 crore rupees were invested in education sector itself. But if you look at the problems these corporates have solved and the result that state has been performing in the parameters set up by the central government,
Yeah.
we don't see much
Yeah.
increase,
Yeah.
much change.
Yes.
It means there is something missing.
Yes.
Corporates are doing, but the change is not happening on ground. It may sound critical,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about the fact that is happening on the ground.
Yeah.
And in education, I told you that you need long-term investment and partnership.
Yes.
I would suggest corporates to reach out to educators, schools principal, listen to them what problem they are facing, what needs they have, and how corporates can fulfill those needs. Instead of straight away just giving donations to any non-profit organization.
Yeah.
This could be a better strategy.
Yes.
Reach out to the needy people straight away.
Yeah.
And address those needs in a meaningful way.
Yes.
Just like BenQ did.
Yeah.
You did partner with the educator itself.
Yes.
Even though it's a foundation, but educator are the main, players of this foundation.
Yes.
And the way I design the problems or solve the problems, it's something that others can't do.
Yeah.
Because you cannot teach teachers nowadays how to teach them.
Yes.
You can just assist them.
Yeah.
So I think this is the area that corporates needs to explore more often. they may need to change their CSR policy while investing in education. I still believe that 4,000 crore rupees invested in education, if they would have invested through this channel of educators
Yeah.
and directly to the schools, that might have changed or solved all the problems of one or two districts
Yes.
for all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So corporates have money, they have the funds, but the problems still are unsolved.
Yeah.
Right. So the way corporates have been operating, utilizing CSR, to be frank with you, these are not solving the problems. I've seen the government giving so many instruments, hardwares, computer labs,
Yeah.
but they're still unused.
Yes.
But you people have given a single device
Yes.
in a school.
Yeah.
And students, not only students, but parents also using it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they believe that this is for us.
Yeah.
And that's a good example. I don't have to talk more about just corporates. If you ask corporate, just follow our model.
Yes.
Partnering with educators
Yeah.
is a good strategy, I believe.
Yes. I think very good insight for all the corporates about how to be result oriented with their
Yes.
CSR spends, especially when it comes to education. So, Ranjit, before we wrap up, let's do a quick rapid fire round. So
Oh, okay, that's a good element.
Okay. So, my first question is which is your favorite book?
There are many books, but just I have to pick one. I will select the autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, The Fire of Wings.
Yeah.
It keeps me motivating all the time.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great book.
Mhm.
One word to describe your journey so far.
Transformation. I keep doing innovative things. So, and I like to break the shackles and break the walls and do something different.
Yeah. Continuously evolving.
Yes.
Your go-to stress buster.
I like to play with my kids and enjoy. I just forget all the problems that I'm facing.
Yeah.
Just play with the kids.
Okay. Then your biggest inspiration.
Here I'd like to mention my wife. She's the biggest source of inspiration for me.
Yeah.
And I must appreciate the way she has been supporting me, because I keep traveling and I get hardly time to talk to her and meet her in person. So I inspire from her, like the way she has been managing all the things.
Yeah, very much so. And who is your role model?
My father is the role model for me. The reason is that we were not in a good financial situation when we born.
Yeah.
But the way he nurtured us, an entire family, his struggle is really inspiring me, and he just stood as a role model. Even after becoming global teacher prize winner, getting a lot of money and a celebrity kind of things, but still my father keep working in farm. So he continuously, his work and his personality keeps me, alarming in my mind. Whatever the problems, whatever you become in the life, your roots should be lying on the ground. You should be lying on the ground. So he's a real role model for me.
So, Ranjit, your journey is incredibly motivating. What keeps you going? And what advice would you like to give others who are looking to make a difference in their communities?
I think education, you can't be like stable or just stayed away from this. I daily interact with kids, those who are very energetic. When I just step up in the classroom, I forget everything, and they just pass on that energy into me.
Yeah.
So the kids actually a biggest source of inspiration or passion.
Yeah.
They keep motivating me. One day say, Ranjit, you're not teaching well today. Just keep us something differently.
Yeah.
So I have to change my strategy and methodology, teaching style.
Yeah.
So this is how my kids actually keep me motivating and keep doing all the different things.
Yeah.
Because I evolved just because of them.
Yeah.
I look at them like these are the kids of 21st century. They have something different knowledge, something different learning style, there's a different approach.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of an old man now, 35 years old. So I have very much to learn from them.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm a student for my kids. And I feel that there are 27 different editors in my classroom. And they keep editing myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Ranjit, this is something you're not doing well. This is what you need to do. So this is how they inspire me, motivate me to keep doing all kind of things.
Yeah.
If I have to give one advice, it could be very strange, but I would urge each one of us, dare to fail. Success, everyone's, it matters, But in my life, failures have taught me a lot rather than the success.
Yes.
Everything I got in my life, achieved in my life, hasn't played much role the way failures have played in my life.
Yeah.
So failures will keep you learning different things differently.
Very much.
You will be very much satisfied if you get success.
Yeah.
But failures will keep you doing until and unless you get the success.
Yes.
So I like people, if you get failure at the beginning of your work, of your goal, achieving the goals, it means one day you're going to win. One day you're going to achieve your goals.
Yes.
So don't be afraid of failures. There are many people, or everyone has failed in their life. But just because they don't dare, or they just neglect the failures they achieved. Just take example of every great people.
Yeah.
They failed initially,
but
they kept doing everything.
Yeah.
So I urge youth, society, parents, dare to fail. That's what my one advice would be.
Thank you, Ranjit, for sharing these insights and stories. It has been an enlightening conversation, and I'm sure our listeners feel inspired by the incredible work that you and your foundation are doing. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you want to support the Ranjitsinh Disale Foundation, or you want to learn more about their initiatives, please check the link in the episode description. And until next time, keep making a difference.
Thank you so much, Rajeev, and all the listeners for inviting me and listening to me. It's a great conversation. Thank you so much.
Same here, Ranjit. Goodbye, everyone, and stay tuned for more inspiring conversations on Unpixelated, the BenQ India podcast.